Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Olumide Foriji. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to discuss about lifestyle in Ireland and the UK, because in my previous video I got a couple of people who messaged me privately that I should create a comprehensive information about the same topic. So I had to consult widely and make additional research. So in total, I think I've put together about 10 hours over the past 2 or 3 weeks to make sure I have a comprehensive information. So you stopping by should definitely know that this information will worth it. All right. Okay, with Ireland and the UK sitting close to one another, it can be easy to think that life in both of this beautiful country are exactly the same. While some elements of life will see little change, there is so much to be considered in an international move for you and your family. Researching differences between Ireland and the UK in terms of everyday life and it's a vital part of the decision-making process. To help with this, I have put together a comprehensive comparison between living in Ireland and in the UK. The first one is cost of living in Ireland and in the UK versus the UK. The first and possible most expensive and most important element in Ireland is the cost of living. It may come to a surprise that the cost of living on the island is significantly very high than that of the UK. A study from 2021 by Provident Personal Credit shows that the overall cost of living in Ireland shows 14.97% more expensive than living in the UK. All right, so it's very, very high. So for you to understand this includes rental prices around 50% more expensive, with consumer products such as groceries even cost more on the island too. Despite the Irish workforce being paid more than the UK population on an average, this is dependent on the exact location and specific position you belong to. So you should ensure that you will be earning more to support yourself and family should you desire to relocate to any neighboring country or any neighboring nation. And the next one is quality of life. When considering an international move, quality of life will also always be an important factor to consider. So I have, of course, include this in my island comparison when I look at living in Ireland and versus the UK. Quality of life is judged to be higher in Ireland. In fact, Ireland rank the second in the United Nations 2020 annual ranking of 189 countries. Second only to Norway. Yeah, second only to Norway. So this is very, very high. So why is Ireland better than the UK in category? This measurement is based on category of life expectancy, years of schooling, and gross national income per capita. In the same ranking, the UK ranked 13 behind countries like Germany, Australia, and Denmark. While there are many other factors influencing the quality of life, Ireland is nonetheless one of the best countries to live in terms of three factors. The number one factor is public transport and infrastructure. Another important aspect of quality of life will be how easy it is to get around in the country, which also implies this too here in UK. It goes both way on Ireland and in the UK, that public transport is superior closer to cities you should live in, which you have to also put into consideration rather say. Your experience in Dublin will likely be different to rural Ireland, just as it will differ between London and more rural areas in the UK. However, generally speaking, public transport links across the Irish nation are fairly poor, very, very poor, according to the informations and the research I did all together. This could be a factor encouraging over 1/3 of island population in the capital city and could lead you to the same decision making. Another thing is the weather. We have the same weather here. Weather is a common topic, of conversation in the UK as well as on the island or in the island. Both nations share fairly poor weather condition year round, though increasingly warm, summer continues to be frequent in both countries. Rainy and windy conditions are common throughout the other months, and sometimes into summer, unpredictable conditions are common. So you should need to prepare for conditions if you decide to move to Ireland, the same as what we have here in England. Social life. Another thing is a social life, which is very, very key. Making friends and forming connection with colleagues will be important when you move to a new country. Luckily for UK citizens moving to Ireland, the people of Ireland are known to be one of the friendliest population in the world. In common parts of they are also very good at making friends, okay, making friends and relating with one another. So socializing in pubs in the in Ireland in the evening is a popular way to unwind and can be an important time to form strong connections with friends, with neighbors and other associates, ensuring that you follow ethics such as buying and accepting rounds of drink as a group. It's vital when you drink in popular places in the UK. It's important to prepare for the large role it can play in social life as well, and also on the island. So if you're someone who doesn't like sharing with others or spending too much, spending for others, okay, it's very, very difficult to live in all this place because they're not like Africa, where you see everybody, they can share, you can meet with anybody on the road. So here, it's basically, most of them are always in the pub trying to connect, wine and dine together. I see them most of the time. I've been to pub, I've been invited to pub. So, it's a way of life. Once you find yourself in Europe. Another thing is, buying or renting property. Okay, property price is another important element in Ireland. UK comparison guide. When not considering London, rental prices in island cities tend to be more expensive than in the UK cities. As mentioned when discussing the cost of living in both countries, don't forget. However, if you're looking to purchase property, Ireland is generally more affordable than UK. You can see the difference, okay? If you currently live in an accommodation in one of UK large cities, it might be possible to purchase a large property with more land in Ireland, countryside. So that's one of the benefits, but you need to weigh those options. That doesn't really worth it. Okay, yeah. What's more, another thing is mortgage. Okay, mortgage are more, yeah, so still on the properties anyway. Mortgage are more expensive, are typically more manageable and a result of high income in Ireland. Everything overseas in 2018, this is an important factor to consider when comparing Ireland and UK, as it will have a large impact on your quality of life. Another thing is job placement, okay, which you need to also consider, and I think that will be a very good opportunity for you if you're going there. Job opportunity: if you are a UK national, you're entitled to be treated the same way as an Irish national when it comes to being considered for job placement. Why this means there is no barrier due to nationality. Shortage, can still pose a problem when it comes to job hunting. To increase your chance of finding a job in Ireland, you can apply for job in sectors that come under the nation skill shortage. Just like every other country in Europe, the following sector, which I will be listing below, all include this skill shortage category. Number one is IT, followed by hospitality, engineering, healthcare, transport and logistics, and yes, transport and logistics. And to further